alien cell at its core, and no, the cover isn't exactly accurate. You don't get to fight a giant scorpion. I guess that was just too awesome for a Game Boy game to have in it. We call it DLC for the game Super C. It borrows from the same structure and just sort of expands with a smaller mission for players to get into. The weapons are a bit way easier. Basically, once you get to homing missiles, the game just becomes a game of dodging and not so much of a run and gun, just more of a run. This game also brought in the second Contra game for the Game Boy came out 3 years later, and instead of being a sequel to Operation, the backgrounds are missing, and some of the levels just didn't get imported over at all. However, the game feels just like the Alien Wars did on the SNES, and to any kid in the 90s, this is all you could hope. A lot of gamers this time were used to companies doing remakes of their home console classics. However, they often just sort of came off as cheap and wasn't what players were wanting. But this game, it lived, and this really wasn't common at the time, because like I said, a lot of companies really messed up when they brought their series over to this particular market. They treated the Game Boy as more just a
fucking temple guard. And that stupid kid took 30 seconds to put the Shrine of the Silver Monkey together. It's 3 feet. Telling me the first episode's gonna be about sepulchres. Alright,
we're not even playing a game that's reflecting that.
Your adventures in this journal. It shall be known as the Crystal Chrome.
So, get through all the conversations
I
known
guess
to man.
set out.
You didn't bring a friend. You have to bring a empty.
Thank you for being a friend.
Select empty to create a new.
Yeah, maybe I should go back and not have my normal fuzzy name.
So we can't be called Olmec.
You can be called Olmec. No, like, well, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna be
whatever. If you don't want to be fun.
That you chose, so I don't pick it.
I was. Alchemist.
He's Alchemist.
Well, there's Wolfie, Shark.
Oh, I'm Selkie.
Oh, those are player-looking customizations. That's still part
I
of your
can't see this shit.
King Nig. You're a blacksmith. That makes me so happy.
Killer hand.
Balls, the merchant's son.
Set up by a father, Gadius.
My family has really shitty names.
Yeah.
It's like Aurelius, Cadius Balls.
Perfect. USA. Round one. Fight. You win. Perfect. Perfect. Island. Round one. Fight. Tiger.
Up to a patch of grass. But once we get there, Oak stops us and says it's dangerous to go in tall grass since Pokemon can appear and attack you, and he challenges us to our first Pokemon battle. In this battle, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, but losing is slightly faster since we don't have to wait for the level up text on encounter to start, which isn't too bad. So after this, we visit the Pokemart, get Oak's package, and go all the way back to the lab. Don't worry, and frame perfectly take the same path, we should always get the exact same encounter. This is because the RNG changes every frame, but it's not actually complete. Press B when the Go Charmander screen disappears. If we do this perfectly, Spearow will always be caught. But I'll be honest, I'm never exact the palette to be blue. We're going to hold it, which makes the RNG a bit different. Then it's just like normal with frame perfectly starting the game. Now it's time for easily the hardest part of this direction. We're going to automatically do the movement and be fine. And we perfectly set ourselves up that as soon as we're in this spot, we're going to get a Pikachu that his Poison Sting attack doesn't poison us, which would basically ruin the entire run. But after a few pecks, we finish him off, only to have him fight us again.
There's not anything special that unlocks if you get all of the boos. It took me a number of tries to get down to properly beat the red boo, but fun overall, because especially you've got the weird toggling block things that like the boo will spikes sometimes. And there's like actually places where you can Mario said. And this is what the actual versus mode is. So here I've got actually two screens from the tier setup that I had going. I couldn't get it to not recognize the controller input on both emulators at the same time. If both of you die at the same time, or if you run out of time, because there's the time limit as normal, if that happens, it compares coins. So you could bring the fire, or at least a power-up coming in. Because some of the and all of the Yoshi eggs. Wow. Wow.